Greetings, people. Vainglorious. Good morning. I'm up early this morning. It's a Sunday. It's not really early. It's 8:50. It's about to be 9 o'clock. I'm juice bar bound, and I have to come in here and chit-chat this video. This topic of Bun B on the stand. I want to see how y'all feel about it, and then I'm going to get y'all my take on it. But it's Sunday. Easy like a Sunday morning with the dribble. Come through. Make sure y'all like the video as y'all come in. Good morning to each and every one of y'all. Share this to your social media platforms. Tumblr and Reddit included. Those two of the platforms I've been using lately. Trying to make sure I get the Pillmatic album on all of the platforms. But yeah, I just did my my due diligence by checking into the whole situation from top to bottom, and I want to give y'all my professional opinion on it. Rob, good morning. Rico, good morning. Peace. Brehan, Duke, and Miles, my moderator in the building. I think I gotta get some more moderators. I know I'll be putting y'all to work. Hey, the catabolic T-Rex. This ain't one of the platforms, man. I'm an intelligent black man. I'll get you the fuck up out of here for little or nothing. Ask somebody. They'll tell you. Gully, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm no good. Have I ever lived? Was it okay to talk to police just because you're a civilian? I'm gonna wait till more people come in here before I answer that. I'm gonna get y'all a proper rebuttal to your question. He out the game, plus man, listen. I'm waiting till more people get in here. He said he out the game. He's out the game. Kivo Speaks said he told Cole Billy, what's up, pimp? He said he's a professor. Y'all share this live, man. We got over 115 people here. He's a restaurateur and a professor. Oh my goodness. He said, I don't think he was ever in, to be honest. I'm going to give y'all some clarity on it because I went and checked things out before I got on here. I see everybody went and jumped to some conclusions. But in this case, about the attempted home invasion when he blasted the intruder, yes. Check it out. This case with Bun B is from 2019. You're probably asking yourself why it's just now going to prosecution and sentencing and all of that. It's because the pandemic slowed things down, slowed the prosecution down, and there was no court proceedings going on at the time. So, the prosecutors kind of got backed up with this thing, right? Anyway, the snitching part. Did he snitch? No, he didn't. He couldn't snitch because the dude pled guilty. The dude already pled guilty. So he didn't have nothing to do with prosecuting the guy. He had nothing to do with that. The guy, this wasn't a trial. This was a sentencing hearing. And the title of my video is he keeping it Trill? I got a couple of things I have to point out before I go further into this topic. Number one, Bun B is you can say UGK was gangster rappers. Yeah, they appeared on a lot of gangster rappers, talked a lot of gangster shit. They even got a song. Shout out to Zip with the Drip. Zip played it on his platform. They got a song about home invasions. I think it's called Kick Door or some shit like that. Right? He said, my man said he making sure that sentence stick. I'm about to get to that part. Listen, right? He got a song called Kick Door. Or it's about home invasions. It was him and Pimp C. People saying this a long time ago. We gotta hold up for just one goddamn minute. He said with C Murder. Okay, it was featuring Master P and C Murder. Alright. Number one. If you putting that type of music out into the world, you're almost endorsing and triggering other people to do this shit. Because some niggas listened to that shit and really did kick doors. Just niggas that was influenced by that shit. Excuse me. That really went and kicked the motherfucker door in. You can't put that type of energy out into the world and then claim civilian and all of this out of the game. Man, you put that energy into the world. You put that into the world. You put that into the atmosphere. Somebody absorbed that and went and acted on that. Way before this happened. For all you know, the little nigga that did this shit, he could have been influenced by Bun B and his song. He could have been influenced by it. He could have been influenced by it. He could have been influenced by it. According to prosecutors, they feel that he didn't know that it was Bun B's house, right? He was just going to hit a lick. He grabbed up Bun B's wife. I interviewed Bun B before, briefly at the it's on his channel. You can look it up, Gully TV Bun B, at the Hip Hop Legends show in Milwaukee, and his wife was there with him. They, you know, real good looking couple. I shook his hand. I took pictures with him. He a very serious dude. He rolled by himself. He didn't have no entourage. It was just him and his wife. He might have had a bodyguard with him. I don't know. But he didn't have no entourage. It was just him and his wife. Did he strike me as the type of nigga that'll pop you? Yes. He struck me as a nigga that would shoot you. And he shot this nigga, right? Yes, he shot this nigga. The situation that he was in is similar to if it was a trial, I would say he was doing something similar to Troy Ave. I think they got conceal and carry in Texas. Like, they're allowed to shoot motherfuckers in Texas. Everybody got a gun in Texas, so I don't think he was in risk of being prosecuted or nothing like that for shooting the guy. He was protecting his home. He shot the motherfucker. He did a whole bunch of gangster shit. I believe he pulled the mask off of him. All of that, right? The crying part, right? Even if he was hurt, I don't think, based on his history as a gangster rapper and the music that he's putting out, he's from a group called the Underground Kings. They've been with the shits. Had a song called Pocket Full of Stones. You talk street shit. You preach street shit. You've made a living off street shit. And you had an encounter with somebody who is in the streets living it out. The crying part will definitely damage people's perception of him. Will it affect his career? He's selling hamburgers now, so he probably, you know, his hip hop prime is long past, and it's long behind him. But the prestige associated with him and UGK and his name and the legacy of UGK, it will be damaged. It will be damaged. I'm gonna tell you why. If the guy already pled guilty, that means they didn't need you under no circumstances. They didn't need you under no circumstances, right? He didn't have to come to court no more. He didn't have to come to court at all if the guy pled guilty. That means he's accepted his charges. He's giving his ass to the mercy of the court. That's what they call it when you plead guilty. You also give up all of your appellate rights. But crying at somebody's sentencing, that's more damaging. That's more damaging than testimony. That's more fucking damaging. That's more damaging than the testimony, yo. That's more fucking damaging than the testimony. The judge is about to sentence this guy within minutes. You feel me? And you up there crying and shit like that. Like, that was a bad look for a gangster rapper. That was a very, very bad look. Did he snitch? No. But it wasn't no trial, so you can't say he snitched. But getting on the stand and crying minutes before somebody getting sentenced, that was fucked up. That was fucked up. They already had his ass. They already got his ass. You shot him. God damn. Like, how far are you gonna take this shit? They already got his ass. He pled guilty. You got the conviction. He's going to the penitentiary. No matter what, he's going to the penitentiary. What the fuck are you doing? He said he has the right. You ain't got no right to be in no motherfuckers sentencing here and crying. And you got out songs called Kick Door. What type of shit is that? That's no decency. That's no decency. You made a living off this shit. Underground King, you shot him. You showed motherfuckers that you get busy. You protected your wife. All of that. What the fuck are you doing in there when these white folks about to deal with him? There's a separation. There's a line. There's a line. You know what I'm saying? And you can't straddle the line in this manner. This is just pathetic. You can't straddle the line in this manner. You got people that are saying, oh, he's out of the game. He's an old man now. Because y'all thought, some people thought that he actually went to a trial and told. He didn't. That, him being old or out of the streets, that don't change the foundation of what he stood upon. His music is going to be played forever. People are going to listen to his message of violence and kicking doors forever. He put that shit into the world. Crying. Number one, any rapper that's crying, that's going to affect your legacy. That's not masculine. That's not masculine. Rap, hip-hop, gangster rap especially, is built upon bravado and an air of almost invincibility. You feel me? He said maybe his allergies was messing with him. He said it's entertainment. Entertainment my ass. Entertainment my ass. You cannot put out songs talking about robbing people and kicking doors in, and then when it happens to you, you can't be in court. You can't. You can't. They already got the dude. The dude pled guilty. His ass is at the mercy of the court. What the fuck are you doing, fam? What are you doing? What are you doing crying? What are you doing crying? You can't tell me that this nigga ain't been through something that was more tragic than this. You understand what I'm saying? You can't tell me that he hasn't been through, lived through, conquered shit that's more tragic than this. The fact that you got on the stand and start crying, you was trying to assure that they put this nigga away for damn near ever. You was. But you already shot him. You already shot him. You got your lick. You got your lick. There's nothing that the judge can do to make you feel better than shooting a motherfucker who invaded your house. You popped him. You feel me? And people saying Pimp C would never. I don't think Pimp C would have did that. And he probably wouldn't have did that if Pimp C was living. There's just that it's inexcusable. It's inexcusable You know what I'm saying? If y'all saying that he's out of the game and all of this shit, then they should remove his music that children and future kick door niggas is still listening to and be influenced by. They should remove it from society. It should just disappear. You feel me? It should disappear. And no, you can't do that shit. You can't do that. You can't do that. He got a song called fucking Kick Door. You got songs talking about robbing and kicking doors in and shit. How the fuck do you start crying when this shit happened to you? You put that into the atmosphere. The world is round for a reason. You got to expect to get some of this shit. You do. He said you got to chill the fuck out. Suck a dick. How about that? Now get the fuck up out of here. Suck my dick. He said I was a block away when Pimp C passed. I could care less about Bun B after reading Pimp C book and what happened when Pimp was locked up. Bun was in a real situation that woke him up. Maybe it was a Trill burger sauce. He's civilized now. He's a businessman. Man, what the fuck is y'all talking about? He was a fucking businessman when he was putting out music that's detrimental to society and shit. The fuck? That was a business transaction. When he went in the fucking booth and told motherfuckers, kick door. That was a business transaction. He was in business then. You feel me? And his business can cultivate destruction upon society. Somebody is listening to this shit. Somebody is influenced by this shit. At no time did he accept any responsibility and say, yo, it's some niggas just gonna go and do a kick door after listening to this shit. He didn't give a fuck about that. He didn't. And now y'all saying that he's a changed man. The fuck is y'all talking about? The fuck is y'all talking about, man? Y'all bugging the fuck out, yo. That foundation is cracked. Keep talking, Bun B. Talk the gangster talk. He trying to get the white dollar now. He was getting the fucking white dollar when he was telling motherfuckers to kick door. Black people ain't never owned hip-hop. Black people just spit raps. Black people don't own raps. That belong to white folks and shit. It's been that way for a long fucking time. He was partnered with some white folks putting out destructive ass killer shoot 'em up robbery music. When you say kick door and go into a motherfucking house, you talking about invading somebody's privacy. You talking about tying up somebody's fucking mama. That's what happens in the kick door. And when it happens to fucking you crying, that's unacceptable. That's unacceptable. Y'all bugging the fuck out. You gotta accept that shit. If you're a part of it, you're a spokesman for fucking home invasions. What the fuck did you was fuck? What you think that it don't apply to you because you made the song? What the fuck? He needs to stop the gangster talk. Bottom line, he should have kept them tears in his pocket like them stones. Hey, yo! You can't stand for criminality and make a build a house, build a motherfucker. You built a house. You built a legacy off of gangster shit. You can't secure your future and say, okay, I ain't with it no more. You can't. You can say you're not physically with it, but the music and the message is still out there. Let's probably just be for real. He probably never was with it, but the person that I met, the person that I shook hands with, he struck me as a nigga that will shoot you. He was very comfortable by himself. It was just him and his wife. He helped that young boy get 40 years. He could have flipped it better and let the system hang him. 1051 fam, that's exactly what I'm saying. He didn't even have to come to court. Once he pled guilty, once Shorty pled guilty, that's his ass. That's his ass. Bun B got homeboys that's in the penitentiary for robberies and shit like that. He do. He probably send them money, probably accept their calls and all of that shit. Them niggas feel some type of way about that. They feel some type of way about that. They said that it didn't look like a targeted hit. I mean, a targeted home invasion. He didn't know that that was his house. You know why he ended up in Bun B's house? Out of all the houses that a home invader could have ended up in, you know why he ended up in Bun B's house? Because Bun B summoned him there with his music and his energy. That's why that type of energy ended up in his fucking house. He said the DoorDash Don ain't buying it at all. I hope y'all enjoyed my video about DoorDash. He's old now and sell burgers. All these rappers are phony. You can say that. You can say he old, all of that shit. You can say all of that. His old ass shouldn't have been on the stand crying in front of no motherfucking court. In front of no goddamn... He shouldn't have been crying in fucking court. Out of all the shit that go on in the world to black people, to black men, what the fuck are you doing crying? You're not physically hurt. Nobody died. That shit happened in 2019. That shit happened in 2019. You can't possibly tell me that you're fucking traumatized or still hurt by that shit. He done went through some other shit since then. What the fuck are you doing in the fucking courthouse at a sentencing hearing? No, he didn't testify, so you can't say he's a rat. Because technically, he never testified. So that's not rat, right? He in a similar situation to... It's kind of similar to the Troy Ave situation. People call Troy Ave a rat. Troy Ave shot a gun on camera after somebody was killed. You got to come to court and explain to these people why you're on camera in a club filled with patrons and people, and people. Why are you firing a gun? How did you get the gun? That ain't my gun, sir. Court. That's not my gun. I didn't bring a gun to Urban Plaza. Motherfucker killed my man and was about to kill me, but I fought for my life and I got the gun away from him. That gun that you seeing me firing, I took that from a killer. That's Troy Ave's situation. You feel me? Bun B probably had to explain to them prosecutors before this. The exchange of gun, man, I shot this motherfucker because of this. This is why I shot him. This is why y'all had to get his ass, come with an ambulance and get his ass up off my property. Because I shot him. Why did you shoot him? He was in my house, had my bitch gripped up. That's why I shot him. Once the motherfucker pled guilty, he didn't have to say anything else. Period. He said, Gully says you can't drop the gangster. You can't cry? You can't fucking cry? That's dropping the gangster. You can't cry. Is he going to continue to perform after this? He said he could have said no comment. He didn't have to say that. He didn't even have to come. You don't got to come to a sentencing. There's no, you can't get no contempt of court case for not coming to sentencing, especially when you a fucking professional. Man, I got a show. I got an engagement that day. In a whole nother state. I won't even be in the state on the above date and time that y'all plan to sentence this young man. Y'all got that. Can't do what he did. He said being old don't got nothing to do with it. Most real gangsters are old. He ain't no gangster no more. He's a married man with... That nigga been fucking married. That nigga been fucking married. That nigga been a family man. All of that shit been going on. The hell is y'all talking about, man? Y'all bugging the fuck out. You can't do it both ways. You can't be doing that shit. He put out a fucking song into the fucking world called Kick Door. He became a victim of a fucking kick door. That's how the motherfucker ended up in his house. It's called karma and energy. You put that shit out into the world, you will receive some of that shit. He received it. You can't be fucking crying and shit. He said, I miss Sinful to P. He would have roasted Bun, then prayed for him. He did it for his family. He shot on behalf of his family. That was doing it for your family. He got busy. We know that he'll shoot a motherfucker. We know that he will protect himself. I told y'all I believed that he would shoot a motherfucker when I met him. I believe all of that. The tears part, I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I don't. He said they've been married since Big Pimpin'. His wife wouldn't have dated him if he wasn't rapping, acting like a gangster. I believe that. I believe that. It's called being convicted in the spirit. He could have went to court and spoke on Shorty's behalf. He could have looked at it as give him a second chance. He gave the judge the feeling to give Shorty 40 years. Check this out, right? He shot him, right? He could have easily said this: poverty breeds desperation. This young man probably was starving to death. That's the only thing that could send you into a motherfucker's house. Desperation, not having. And when you're an underground king, you're supposed to understand these concepts. I understand what he did. A lot of my friends live like that. You know what I'm saying? I put a bullet in his ass. He picked the wrong house. He's still fairly young. He was 19 when he did it. He was a young man. Young men are entitled to make some mistakes. I've made some at times too, Your Honor. Get a young boy a chance. That's it. Because I already got mine out of his ass. I put a bullet in his ass and shit. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. I put a bullet in his ass. Y'all got him in cuffs. He having it very, very bad right now, and he going to the penitentiary. But y'all don't need me to help y'all put him there. You know what I'm saying? I tried to put his ass in the cemetery. You know what I'm saying? And everybody is deserving of a chance. Even a motherfucker who did a home invasion and shit, because you got to look at what would send a motherfucker off to do some shit like that. He could have been starving. Period. Pimp C knew he wasn't built like that. People love acting fake tough. I ain't like how Bun stayed silent when Pimp was speaking out on the industry. It was Pimp that made the song Kick Door, not Bun. Man, them niggas is together. They stand for the same shit. He said, I'm from Houston. He would have got 40 years anyway, trust me. I was going to get to that. And the extreme sentences that Texas is known for giving out for the slightest crimes and shit. He was going up the fucking river anyway. He was going anyway. For the case that he committed with a felony conviction, he's going to the fucking penitentiary, gonna be there for some decades probably, and he going there with bullets in his ass. That's a punishment. The kid was spoiled. They talked about it in court. Home invasion is not a mistake. I would have spoke to him, but not them white folks. Especially if you was the OG. And my wife's still alive. With the music UGK put out, he should understand the young man's ways. I 100% agree. I 100% agree. He's not. It's like he's not taking any responsibility. He's not taking any accountability for the part that he played in what happens in society. Music influences motherfuckers. It does. It does. It took me a long time to understand it because I wasn't being influenced by music to... I wasn't being influenced by music to do violent shit. But a lot of niggas was. The most popular tattoo when I was in the penitentiary, the most popular tattoo... What do y'all think was the most popular tattoo in prison? What do y'all think was the most popular tattoo in prison? And not only was it the most popular tattoo, it was the most popular tattoo amongst niggas doing life. What do y'all think it was? I want to hear this shit here. He said a teardrop. Thug life. Thug life. Yup. Thug life. Thug life. That was the most popular fucking tattoo in the prison system. Everybody that was doing from now on damn near life had thug life tattooed across their motherfucking abs, on their arm, face, neck. Tupac put a lot of motherfuckers in jail. He did. Not physically, but through the messages that he was conveying to motherfuckers. You can't... And he tried to twist thug life and make it some revolutionary pro-black shit. No. You can't do that. They turn it into an acronym, the highest under God, all... No. You can't do that. But getting back to the influence about music, I wasn't influenced to do anything violent through music. You know what I was influenced by? Living the fast life with fast cars. Cash rules everything around me. I cooked up and cut small pieces to get my loot back. All of that type of shit. That's what invaded my spirit. That's what had me getting up in the morning, running to the fucking block every fucking day. Those songs just like that. I live by that shit. I probably got some of that shit still tattooed on me some fucking where. Because that's who the fuck I was. Influenced through music. I already had my mind set on what I was gonna do. You feel me? Hey yo, our lifestyle is exquisite. Yale like a blizzard. That shit was all up in me because of the music that I was listening to. So niggas that's gun busters or niggas that wasn't good at hustling, because everybody wasn't good at getting no money on the block, they normally went and did other shit. The niggas that wasn't able to get no fucking money hand to hand on the block, they went the other way. Home invasions, robberies, taking hits, getting paid to shoot motherfuckers and shit like that. They went the other way. So this is just the fucking truth. Yeah, pocket full of stones. I was influenced by that too. So he can't act like he's not responsible for some of the shit that goes on into society when you were a courier of the message. You push that upon people and shit. And people absorb that. A motherfucker in his teens, that boy was 19. He's impressionable. He could have been raised by some home invaders that was raised by fucking Bun B's fucking music, kick door and shit like that. So, he said, that's true, I went the other way. He said, these kids in Philly not influenced by fast money. These fools are influenced by putting numbers on a scoreboard. When I first seen Tupac back in the 90s with the tattoos, when I got my first job, my first check, I got a tattoo. My mother looked at me like I was crazy. It was somebody white. Bun B probably would have been in the court hugging the judge and white dude that had his wife stuck up. I think I might agree with you on that. You know what I'm saying? I think I might agree with you on that. A motherfucker that he's crying in court. That's very, very influential to a judge that's about to sentence a motherfucker. It is. Everybody want to be from Chicago now. Oh, great point. That's another instance of people being influenced by music. You seen what Chief Keef and them niggas did to the world? Everybody wanted to make an O Block. Every city. Every city. Niggas wanted to be like O Block. Niggas wanted to be like King Von. I've seen motherfuckers who was harmless. Daddy was harmless. Daddy was a sucker. Uncles was a sucker. And this nigga killing up all kind of shit. Shoot, man, what the fuck got into this motherfucker's bloodline? How the fuck he turned out to be a killer? His whole family pussy. I was puzzled by that shit. You know why? Because these motherfuckers listen to this goddamn music talking about carrying sticks, putting switches on a gun, all that kind of shit. That's all from fucking Chicago and shit. It is. It is. The ops, everybody be saying that shit now. That's Chicago lingo. That shit influenced the world. Another instance of music. They even said how they had an agenda that they would push certain types of music that will trigger motherfuckers to do shit that will land them in a penitentiary. They said that. The music industry, allegedly, has money invested in private prisons. And how can we fill up these prisons? When they build a new prison, they have all intentions of putting bodies in the motherfucker. How can we put bodies in this motherfucking prison? By putting out songs like Kick Door. Straight up. By putting out songs like Kick Door. That's the truth. So, this nigga can't be, oh my God, Bun. Oh my God. I'm looking at it in a whole different perspective now. It's almost like he a death angel. You put out the music. You put out the music to influence motherfuckers to rob and go to the penitentiary. And when he got charged, you came to court and cried in court before sentencing to assure this motherfucker go to the penitentiary. The title of this video is, was he keeping it Trill? No, he was not. No, he was not. Because he didn't have to come to court. He didn't have to come to court. This was not a trial. It was sentencing. Bun was not in any trouble for shooting this cat. He had no reason to be there, but he came. That ain't right. He said Bun is probably very close to industry people. That's fucked up. That's fucked up what he did. I don't think people are going to continue to look at him the same. While we on this topic and talking about influence and shit, it's an interview out with Marlo Mike right now on Terrence Gangster Williams' channel. Boosie helped that young nigga throw his fucking life away. He did. He used that young boy for a crash dummy. He did. Nigga got 9 murders and gonna die in the penitentiary. Let's just keep it Gully. I wonder what Pimp C would feel about this. He wouldn't. Nah. He said, who gives a fuck? His home is violated. Y'all need to stop pushing this bullshit narrative. He's 51. His wife will probably leave him if he didn't come to court. He shot a nigga on behalf of that broad. On behalf of his wife. She ain't fucking leaving him. He didn't already show her he'd get down. So that's out of the question. Straight up. That 360-degree karma shit is real. He took advantage of Marlo Mike. He did. Bun B and Pimp C wasn't really built like that. They were asking permission for Pimp and Ken to use certain lyrics. He been locked up since Marlo Mike got locked up at 17, I think. Most of the big drug dealers keep crash dummies around him. Did you hear the testimony? Nobody heard the testimony because he didn't testify. The guy pled guilty. That wasn't a trial. That wasn't a preliminary hearing. That wasn't an evidentiary hearing. It was nothing like that. It was sentencing. He had no business in there doing that. Not for what you stand on, your history, all of that. He made a tweet. He made a public statement. He said that he said, nah, I didn't snitch. That wasn't a trial. Y'all seem to have y'all minds made up, whatever. He said something like that. But the perception, he's a rapper. I don't know if people will continue to view him as certain. If you went to a Bun B concert right now, after seeing him crying on the stand in court, will you still enjoy what the fuck he's saying out of his mouth on the mic? You can call on the cavalry, what he say? You can call on the cavalry reinforcements in your local PD. They're getting somewhere if they see me. You wouldn't. So what he did was damaging to his own brand. That's the truth. So if he's gonna, max out selling burgers and shit, I heard they pretty good. If he's gonna max out selling burgers, hey. He said crying 4 years after the incident. Why was he crying for? I had to make it juicy for him. Hey, yo. I had to make it juicy for him. Hey, yo. That has to be one of the wildest statements ever recorded in hip-hop ever. Homeboy saying, I had to make it juicy for him. Yo! Who said that? What was dude's name? The fuck? Rollo? Was Rollo the one that said that? Was Rollo the one that said that? I had to make it... Yeah, Rollo. You see he not rapping no more. Is he doing music? Is he doing music? He said that's a classic line. Hey, yo! He said, I had to make it juicy for him. Yo! That's crazy. So he's supposed to stay that person in his music. He can't think differently. Y'all bugging the fuck out, man. Whatever you put out into the world, you have to deal with that. You do. He can't put that out into the world for other people's children to be influenced by and then stand back after he done contributed to some detriment and I ain't with it no more. The music is going to be here. This nigga's just dead and gone. There was rappers that put out death music. Motherfuckers going to still listen to that shit and probably be influenced by it. He just proved nobody hates us more than us, so we go hard on our own. He popped dude, and that wasn't enough for him. I thought popping him was the get back right there. You got other motherfuckers knowing publicly that if you come in Bun B crib, your ass gonna get shot. I think that was enough. That was plenty. The tears got people looking like, is that Trill Bun B? That's all I'm saying. Y'all cats are way too tough on this internet, but how are y'all in real life? I don't know what you implying, but motherfucker took something from me before. I shot his ass. My name Jamil Lindsay. You could look if you're referring to me. My name Jamil Lindsay. You could look that up. He could have boosted his image instead he hurt himself. Yeah. I just had to clarify that in case you were referencing me and shit. I'm an ex-con too. Yeah, I popped a motherfucker before. He said, let him know. I be cracking the fuck up, man, when y'all think that the rappers are real and we're fake. I really grew up in institutions. I did. I really grew up juvenile on up. I did. I got certified as an adult. That means I was no longer amendable to treatment in juvenile facilities. That means I was beyond a juvenile criminal and shit. I was more advanced and shit. I'm just giving you my background because I see people be saying shit like, I was looking at some comments on one of my old videos and a motherfucker said something like, you're just hating on Mano because Kitchen Talk is doing more numbers than you. I could never envy a rapper. Rappers have shelf lives. They do. They have shelf lives. There's an expiration date on that shit, right? I've been this shit for 40 years. Straight up. I've been this shit for 40 years. I played quarterback. I played point guard. I played bitches. You understand what I'm saying? This shit is real talk. I wrote a book about it. It's called Some Things I've Been Through. Word up. I even played myself to the forefront of urban entertainment. Don't you see me in movies now? Playing. I was casted as a hustler. No formal training, no prior experience. You know what happened? A motherfucker seen me on the internet and said, I believe that you should play this role. It's because it's not an act. Just so you know and shit. He said, being a rapper is the worst job if you're not successful. Now you promoting death. You speaking about your charge like it's a trophy. It is a trophy. I meant to shoot his motherfucking ass. He took a chain from me and shit. I was a juvenile. I was 17. No, 6. I was 17 getting money. This nigga came home from the penitentiary, doing time with my older brother. Knew who I was. You know what I'm saying? And seen me somewhere and jumped on me with some other older motherfuckers older than me. I was a child. I popped his ass. Put his ass on the top story of the news. That's a trophy and shit. Pimp C already said Bun was moving funny. Yeah. Yeah. He said, why promote that to the kids? The shit that I say out my mouth, I am promoting it. If a motherfucker takes something from you, you should pop their ass. That's what Bun B did. The fuck? That's what it is. He said they probably didn't like your brother. Could have been that. You won't take nothing else. Bun knew Pimp was gonna die. Before we get up out of here, I just want to add this to the conversation. A lot of people seem to think that Pimp C was killed. They said that his wife ended up dating the guy who allegedly killed him. That's something you see a lot of videos out about it. Hey yo, I got them Las Vegas shorts in. Yeah. All right. Pimp C death is suspicious. They said Lean was it. They said that the guy, his name was Buddy, he's from Mississippi. He allegedly put something in his drink. He said, I never heard that before. This video is all over YouTube. Just look up Pimp C murder. This video is all over YouTube. It's actually so many videos. The dude is dead. The dude that allegedly did this, he's dead already. I don't know why or what type of, justice people expect to happen when the dude is already dead, but they saying it posthumously that they should look into the murder of Pimp C because he was in fact killed. He said dude was from Jackson, Mississippi. What you ride in with that glassy top? This is a Volvo. It's a Volvo station wagon. I got another one it's parked next to me right now. My 460 right there. I never heard that either. I thought it was from complications from him drinking lean for years. You could look it up. Gully, you've been watching 504 Stories. I enjoy that channel. I watch a few channels. I'm thinking about putting out a top 10 YouTube channels, people that I watch. I got a few people that I watch and shit. I enjoy. I probably watch more YouTube than regular television. He said, what did you say his name was? He said XC70. That's what it is. And he said, the guy went to Pimp C. His name was Buddy. The dude that did it was playing around with his drink, trying to play a practical joke. I wonder, I wouldn't know UGK if it wasn't for Big Pimpin'. I'm from New York City, though. By the time Big Pimpin' came out, them niggas had been legends already for a long time and shit. Yeah. Dribble, what you think about 50 kicking Puff back? And 50 can say what he want. 50 been saying what the fuck he want about anybody and everybody, right? That nigga Roger Bond, Gene Deal, them niggas ain't right. You don't want to have friends like that. You don't want to have friends like that. Shout out to Groovy Lou. No matter whoever Puffy is, because we don't know him personally. I met him before, but we don't know him. Groovy Lou has stayed loyal to the man the whole time. I'm pretty sure he appreciate Groovy Lou and having Groovy Lou in his life, because that's a real friend. The rest of them niggas ain't right. Roger Bond, them is some dirty niggas. Gene is the police already, so whatever he do, he's a part of the law enforcement. He had that in him to begin with. But that nigga Roger Bond is on Vlad TV right now. These niggas is telling each and every detail about everything that they seen this nigga do. But they was present when it was happening. He broke Kim Porter's nose. They called in a plastic surgeon. He just telling everything. Why are you doing this shit now? You doing this shit now because the money dried up. You know, you're no longer receiving a check from Puff, so you bum ass nigga, you on to the next motherfucker that'll pay you. And this paying job requires you to air out all of your former ally, your former friend, your former business associate, your former employee's business. And you just sitting there running it. I hope y'all talk yourself into a fucking case, because y'all was there. Y'all was culpable. Y'all should be charged the fuck too. If y'all witnessed, if y'all was a part of that shit, y'all should be going to fucking jail too. Straight up. Anyway, I gotta get up out of here, man. I appreciate everybody for coming through. Subscribe to my channel, hit the bell so you get the notifications, and follow me on Twitter at GullyT1. Pillmatic 2 available on all streaming sites. Go get that. Pillmatic 2, the hottest album of the summer. Don't take my advice. Just go get that shit, man. Listen for yourself. Peace.